Beth Irons is in
Good
from
morning.
the Oneida County Public Market. Good morning.
Welcome.
And you, are we on now full, when do you go every week?
May.
It won't start until May.
Yep.
All right. So
we're
it's-
still on we're halfway through our winter schedule right now.
Okay, which is one on, one off, right?
Yep.
Every
First,
other week.
second and fourth Saturdays of the month.
Second and fourth, okay.
Yep.
And, of course, this is an on weekend.
This is an on weekend, and
Okay.
we are, this is the first of two markets we're having during March, which is Maple Month.
Ooh.
So
There's some maple in
we're
here.
pretty big on maple. I mean, not nearly as
Yeah.
big as Canada. When you go up there, they're like nuts.
Well, no, but it is a very large crop.
Yeah.
In this part of the state.
And is this the time of year that you go by and you see the cans on the trees?
The sap runs. Yep.
Now?
And the way the weather's been going.
Maybe even a little earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're kind of, and then this is unofficial. But we're probably going to have a good maple year.
Okay.
Because we had such that warm weather. Now, they don't like it when it gets warm and stays warm. The sugar maples like it when the temperature goes up and down.
Oh, well, that was
So-
yeah.
So, yeah, it's kind of been made to order the last month or so.
So do you what else? So you have this a winter like this was good for maple. Good for apples, grapes. I know that it all depends on those.
Well, those are more fall things.
Yeah.
And the scary thing about the way the weather's been lately is we don't want to have another season like we did 3 or 4 years ago, where the people who have the upick blueberry patches and the upick apples,
Yeah.
It got so warm for so long that the trees were like, oh, okay, well, spring just came early
Right,
this year.
right.
And they started budding and blossoms started coming out, and then we got nailed with some really cold weather again.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it killed off a significant part of the fruit-bearing part of the plants.
Yeah.
So we don't want to have that happen again.
Well, I got to tell you, the birds are all confused right now. It's like an stinking, especially over in East Utica. I was just over there, over at Nimes there, the auto dealership, the Boilermaker.
Lots of geese coming.
Holy moly, it was like a
Yeah.
Hitchcock movie over there.
My husband,
It was crazy.
my husband and I live in just outside of Holland Patton now, and it's been probably a month. And the first time I heard them, I was waving to them. I'm like, no, go back, go back.
You
It's too
are
early.
Well,
Yeah.
it is funny, too, because also, in a weird way, I noticed that in the winter months when it's starting and it's really cold, the crows just infest the trees.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I
they
saw
huddle
that like
together,
2 weeks
yeah.
ago.
Yeah, I also saw these small birds. I don't know what kind of birds they are, but they were going in a very amazing through the sky, like they were almost in a hive. It looked like a hive of bees.
They could have been starlings.
And
Those are very
when they
common around
swooped
here.
on and this was over, where were we going into? It's over by, this was in New Hartford over on Commercial Drive, and back up by the orchards up in there.
Oh, yeah, yep.
It looked like a black cloud that just swooped right down onto a
Yeah,
tree.
they move together almost like they create their own animal.
Yeah.
With the way
yeah,
they move
like
around
its
in the
own
air.
entity,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Flying through the sky. It was really unbelievable. So it was a mass. It's an
Come
own
on,
animal.
Bill, you know,
Yeah.
animals are cool.
They are cool.
Just,
You're
you
right.
know.
Of all people to
If
know
you didn't
that.
learn that from me years ago, I
did.
give up.
Yes, I did. Okay, so what did you bring in here today?
Today we have maple pecan blondies, which are basically brownies made without cocoa.
Interesting. Now, you can definitely taste the maple in here. This
Yeah.
almost tastes like a breakfast brownie.
Yeah,
Taste the
there's a
maple.
dark, and the maple is comes in different grades.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a darker. If you looked at it, you wouldn't know it was maple. You'd almost think it was like a thickened coffee almost.
This is almost kind of has like a pancake taste to it. It's very good.
Yeah.
So will you
And
have
you got blonde beer, too.
A
I
lot of
noticed
it
that.
goes hand in hand.
Mr. Nagel kind of came through
Yeah.
for me.
So will you have a lot of maple items throughout a lot of the vendors?
Yeah, a lot of maple candy,
You already have the
maple
maple
baked
syrup
goods,
and all that
maple
stuff.
syrups.
Yeah.
Which I always kind of thought it was a little ironic that people start thinking of doing things with maple as the weather gets cold in the fall, but the springtime is when you make maple syrup.
Right.
You go past the sugar shacks and the cookers are going,
Yep.
and there's people running hoses from the trees down into the sugar shack. So
Do we have a
it's
lot
really
of
neat
people
time.
here right locally that make maple syrup?
Well, local's a relative term.
Yeah.
I mean, upstate New York is a big maple producer.
So I think if local, then there's regional. So regional, we're probably
I would
pretty
say
big.
more regional than local. If you're
Yeah.
thinking local is within, maybe 5 miles.
Right.
There are some.
Yeah.
But the farther out you go, especially as you go up towards the mountains and out into the more agricultural areas where there's
Like
Yeah.
VVS
large
school
stands.
district
Yeah,
has a
VVS
huge
VVS, the
program.
FFA
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
They do their
Yep.
own. Their own. out
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
which
they're
is
pretty
cool.
awesome out there.
Yeah.
They, the kids have actually developed their own business with the maple products.
All right, so this, of course, runs on Saturday, and it's right inside
Saturday
the
mornings.
train
Yep,
station
we're
during
still
the winter
inside
months.
the train
Yep.
station from 9 to 1. 4 more markets, second and fourth Saturdays of the month. This month it's the 11th and the 25th.
Okay.
And then April, second and fourth Saturdays. And then we're back outside May 20th to start our 2017 summer season in the newly expanded REA wing.
Yeah, that's
which
really.
I'm really excited about.
I'm excited to see what that's going to
Yeah.
look like. OneidaCountyMarket.com.
Yes.
Okay, good stuff, Beth. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Beth Irons, and again, that website is OneidaCountyMarket.com.